For 2 centuries, watchmaking was Swiss. Then an American tech company came. 1966. Switzerland makes 9 of every 10 watches sold worldwide. 90,000 watchmakers, 600 firms. The Swiss government issues a study confirming quartz oscillation is, at best, a curiosity for laboratories. The study will become embarrassing in 3 years. December 1969, Seiko releases the ASTRON in Tokyo. Quartz movement, $2,500, drift of 40 seconds a month. Switzerland's official response, in writing, a passing fad. By 1972, a digital wristwatch costs the same as a calculator. CASIO enters the same year. Audemars Piguet ships the Royal Oak in 1973. Steel sold for the price of gold. 3 years later, Patek answers with the Nautilus. Both outlive the half-century. Meanwhile, Texas Instruments sells digital watches for $20. Half of Switzerland's watchmakers lose their jobs within 5 years. By 1980, 95% of watches sold worldwide are quartz. Hong Kong outships Switzerland by unit volume for the first time in 2 centuries. 1,000 Swiss firms become 600, then 300. Nicolas Hayek, a Lebanese-born consultant, pitches the Swiss banks a plastic watch costing $40, made in volume, designed to be cheap and unmistakably Swiss. The banks laugh. They have, until this point, been correct about quartz exactly once. Swatch launches in March 1983. Plastic case, $40 retail, Swiss-made by definition, because Swatch redefines what Swiss-made means. 2.5 million units in year 1, 8 million by year 3. By 1985, CASIO releases the G-Shock. Originally designed for construction sites, marketed to children, survives a 10-story drop. Outsells half of mid-tier Switzerland. By 1989, Rolex, paying attention to none of this, triples its revenue. The decade ends with 2 clear lessons. Cheap plastic saved the industry. Luxury never needed saving. Rolex crosses $1 billion in revenue by 1989. Mechanical watches, declared dead by every reputable analyst, return as collector objects. Auction houses notice. Philips, Christie's, Sotheby's. By 1992, Patek's Caliber 89 sells for $2.7 million at Antiquorum, a Geneva auction house specializing in things that no longer keep time but somehow appreciate anyway. 1,728 parts, 33 complications. Most owners will never wind it. The watch becomes the asset, an asset that happens to also tell time. Antiquorum's Geneva sale, April 1993, sets a Patek Philippe at $1.1 million. The first wristwatch to clear 7 figures at auction. Within 30 months, the same room hosts 4 more 7-figure wristwatches. Christie's opens a dedicated wristwatch department. Sotheby's restructures jewelry to absorb watches. The category, declared dead by every analyst working in 1980, is now its own asset class. Insurance brokers in Zurich begin offering individual policies on single watches, written under fine art rules. Hublot adopts the slogan, "The fusion of gold and rubber." Tag Heuer signs Formula One, the first watch brand on the grid. The mechanical wristwatch, by 1998, has stopped pretending to be a tool. It is a status object, a portable vault, an accessory designed to resist time rather than measure it. Patek's Nautilus production, briefly, hits its modern stride before being capped again to maintain scarcity. The marketing department now outweighs the engineering department in every Swiss firm except 3. LVMH acquires Tag Heuer in 1999. Zenith follows 3 months later. Hublot is independent until 2008, when LVMH acquires it too. Richemont, on the opposite axis, accumulates Cartier, Vacheron Constantin, A. Lang, and Saulnier, IWC, Panerai, Piaget, Jaeger-LeCoultre, Montblanc. 2 French luxury holdings end up owning, between them, 12 of the 20 most prestigious Swiss watch brands. Independent watchmaking, from this point forward, is a deliberate marketing position, rather than a default state. The word independent appears in marketing copy more often than in any holdings financial filings. In 2001, China joins the World Trade Organization. Within 5 years, Swiss watch exports cross $13 billion. The reason is not Swiss craftsmanship. The reason is that mid-level Chinese officials need objects that can be transferred discreetly across desks and across borders, that retain value after the regime changes, that fit inside a coat pocket. Rolex Daytonas in particular are convertible to cash in any major city. By 2006, the Patek Nautilus waitlist hits 8 years. The watches keep being made. The wait keeps getting longer. Lehman falls in September 2008. Most asset classes collapse. Rolex revenue somehow climbs 12%. The luxury watch market reframes itself in real time, from a discretionary purchase to an inflation hedge mirroring gold. By 2010, China overtakes the United States as Switzerland's biggest watch market. Switzerland never visits. Paul Newman's 1971 Daytona, his daily wear chronograph, sells at auction in 2017 for $17.8 million. He had paid $200 for it in 1968, after his racing instructor told him a chronograph would help him time-lapse. Wearables boom in 2014. Fitbit hits 10 million users. Pebble crowdfunds $10 million. The Swiss are asked on the record what they think of smartwatches. They use the word fad. April 2015, Apple Watch ships 12 million units in year 1. The Swiss, again on record, dismiss the device as a passing toy worn by Silicon Valley engineers. By 2016, Apple ships more watches in 12 months than every Swiss brand combined. By 2018, twice as many. Tim Cook says nothing publicly. He does not need to. By spring 2019, Rolex announces production capped at 1 million units annually. Demand sits at 4 million. The waitlist on a steel submariner crosses 3 years. Authorized dealers are instructed not to publish list prices for sport models. Customers begin paying premiums of 40% over retail before tax. Apple ships the Series 5 in autumn, the always-on display. Two industries, mechanical and tech, now occupy entirely separate retail experiences. Both are oversubscribed. COVID arrives in March 2020. The luxury watch market again reframes itself, this time as a portable, durable store of value. United States stimulus checks become Rolex Submariners, Tudor Black Bays, Omega Speedmasters. Patek discontinues the Nautilus 5,711 in autumn 2020. Resale prices triple by Friday, quadruple by Christmas. Crypto wealth floods Patek auction rooms in 2021. A year later, crypto crashes. The Pateks remain, owned by a different cohort of buyers, photographed against the same private banks. Rolex acquires Bucherer in 2022. Vertical integration arrives at the top of the industry. In January 2023, the watch resale market deflates 40% from peak. Speculators who bought Pateks at $50,000 in 2021 find no buyers at $30,000 in 2023. The Wall Street Journal runs a multi-page obituary for the watch flip. 6 months later, Swatch Group releases the Moon Swatch, a $260 plastic Speedmaster co-branded with Omega. Sells out in every store in 23 countries on launch day. The industry recalls, again, that price and value are not the same number. By 2024, Apple sells more watches than the entire Swiss industry, twice over. Rolex announces its first new model line since the Cold War. Cartier's Tank passes Rolex's Submariner at auction, indicating that the next generation of collectors prefers something they can wear without explanation. Pre-owned exceeds new for the first time, globally. Mechanical watches now sell because they are obsolete, not despite it. The Swiss Federation employs 30,000 watchmakers, down from 90,000 60 years earlier. They make objects that are studied, archived, and resold. They no longer make objects that anyone